Hi, everyone. Maria here. As you could tell, I had put out some videos about my origins, about who I am, because people often ask me, how do I stay motivated? And, how do I do certain things, considering some of the things that have happened to me. So I wrote two short, like little blurb stories about me, starting with working my way back from where I kind of am kind of to where I started. So let me read this to you, something that I wrote. Many of you know that I have physical challenges, but you just don't know how it all started. I thought that I would share that with you today. As a child, I was carefree. The school was out for the summer, and it was time to ride my bike, watch cartoons, and read a few books. Back in those days, we didn't have computers, cell phones, or the internet. So I entertained myself by playing outside, creating fantasies, and playing with my sister. I was 14 and thought I had it all. Mom surprised me with a new bike that summer. I spent the summer riding my bike around the neighborhood. One day, I fell off my bike and broke my ankle. I required surgery and ended up in a cast. My carefree days were over. Summer was over. I started high school in a leg cast, and it was not the way I wanted to start a new school. Once the cast was off, I thought, great, now everything will get back to normal. But nothing would ever be normal for me again. A short time after my cast came off, I started to fall. My ankle had healed, but something else was happening. My mother took me to the doctor, yet no doctor could tell me what was happening. Why was I falling all the time? I started to hate going to school. I would fall in the hallways. I worried that others would laugh and make fun of me. I would go to school and wonder if this would be the day that I'd fall and everyone would laugh at me. Between class periods, when the halls were busy with kids trying to get to their next class, I would always walk slowly down the hall, thinking that if I fell, I could just sit on the floor with my back against the wall so that it looks like I just sat down. I started falling so much that I was often late for class. I told no one what was happening. I lived in fear daily. I worried that no one would talk to me and that I would never and couldn't have friends. I found it difficult and did not interact much. I was preoccupied with my health issues and not knowing why I was falling all the time. At this point, I started to have pains in my legs. Falling at my age in front of my peers was more than I could bear. It was sad. I could not focus on school, being powerless to something I did not wish on anyone. I learned that even small successes give us power. On my 16th birthday, after many months of doctor's appointments, I had a diagnosis. The doctors told my mother and me that I had muscular dystrophy, MD, a hereditary disease that would degenerate my muscles, and I would end up in a wheelchair, which I did by age 25. Finally, summer vacation came. I was free. I could stay home. I didn't have to go to school, so no one would see me fall anymore. But that was not going to be the case. My mother decided that I would go to summer camp. Not just any camp, a camp for children with muscular dystrophy, MD. I did not want to go. My mother thought was the best thing for me. She wanted me to meet other people who had MD. I went to summer camp. I was miserable. From the moment I stepped foot off the camp bus, I cried all day. One day, while I was standing on a cliff overlooking a beautiful lake, I was crying by myself. That's when one of the camp mothers came up to me. She just walked up to me and changed my life forever. What she said to me made a difference in my life and has changed it, like I said, and has been my lifelong mantra. I cried and told her why this had this was so awful. This condition was so awful. She just stood there and listened. She said that she couldn't tell me why it happened. She could only imagine what I was going through. She said that out of all the people in the world, I was chosen to have MD. And mind you, this was many decades ago, and I still remember this. I can even have the feeling of it. I asked her why. Why? Why was I chosen? She told me, why not you? Out of millions of people in the world, why not you? I asked what she meant. She said that I was chosen, that my life as a person with MD, as a person with a disability, could help many people. She told me that others could look up to me. I had the opportunity to let this disability control me, or I could control how I dealt with it. A light bulb went off. I thought, she's right. Why not me? Imagine, I was 16, and these words changed my life. Decades, as I said, have passed since this interaction, yet I still remember her kindness and her wisdom. How many lives have been changed by someone's kind words and actions? From then on, I learned about my disability. I learned about how so many people are affected by so many different types of disabilities, some visible and some invisible. I fought to help others with and without disabilities understand and work with resources at hand to better their lives, to find opportunities and create a better life. When I find myself thinking negative thoughts, I go back to what my camp mom said. Why not you? And I think, yes, why not me? I can be successful in business and in life. So why not you? You can be a success or even more successful than anyone else, and you can live your best dreams. And you know what was funny is that I wrote this months and months ago. I'm trying to see if there's a date on it. No date on it. I wrote it as part of a class that I was taking, and I've been reading the series off in my YouTube and posting them on Facebook. And today I had an amazing class with a group called the 4%, and the leader, Vic Strassel. I hope I pronounced his name correctly, but it was amazing. And they talked about believing in yourself, and seeing believing in your dreams and visualizing your dreams, and inspiring yourself. And that's funny because I wrote this so long ago, and then I had this class, and it was like another light bulb went off. But it's just been a journey for me, and I just wanted to share this and post it, and I'm going to post it in my YouTube and Facebook, and let me know what you think. I don't have any more that I've written because it actually has taken me just three of these to explain some of my thinking and how I've gotten to where I've gotten. But I still have a lot of work to do, so perhaps I'll write some more. But in the meantime, that's my story. I'm sticking to it. Thanks for listening. Have a good one.